Titus 2:1.
But speak thou the things which become it sound doctrine, that the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as become it holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, but teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Chaste conversations.
All praises, Shalom. Welcome back to Chaste Conversations.
Shalom.
Welcome back. We are here this week. We're still in our series of breaking cycles, breaking curses, changing minds. In this topic, this episode today, episode 1 last week was usurping authority. Please go watch that if you didn't. This week we're talking more about seeking after other gods. It's conversations for women. All right. If you have any questions, please type it below. All of our sisters are available to respond. And if first and foremost, if you have a head or husband, please seek counsel and guidance there first. Okay. What would you say seeking other gods is?
In our time, if I could put it in our time, I would say seeking other gods other than the Most High, learning His truth, learning the word, the statutes, the laws, and commandments. Just basically whatever you feel like is more important to you. In this time, a lot of people can make children their gods. A lot of people can make their husbands their gods. A lot of people can make their cars, their jobs, money. That can be their gods because they worship that, they reverence that, they need that more than they need the Most High's word.
Okay, I guess we don't need to say nothing now. I need to ask somebody else. All praises, sis. I like it. I like that because that's exactly what we're talking about today in seeking after other gods, is because yes, we do so in the things that we put before the Most High, the Creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see that a lot in well, let's start off here with the verse I had in mind in Isaiah, chapter 3. Sister Martisa or Yeshua, if you want to grab that.
Isaiah 3:16-26. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and menacing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughter of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their cauls and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands, and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples and the crispin pins, the glasses and the fine linen, and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in war, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground.
Wow. All praises. Okay,
All praise.
right. So just wanted to start with that off the top of the head.
Mhm.
Moreover, said the Most High God, because the daughters of Zion, that's us, Black women, Hispanic women, Native American women.
Mhm.
Okay, we are walking with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. Again, we're talking this episode today is about seeking after other gods and sexual immorality. Okay, and so um we think what they say today in the world, we think right here in verse 16, stretch forth necks, wanton eyes, mincing as they go, making a tinkling with their feet.
Think
We
they
think,
all that.
okay,
Think your stuff stink.
you took it
Right.
right out of my mouth. Okay.
That's what it is.
Think
Yeah.
it don't stink. And so we're now rolling in these curses that he put upon us because of that reason, because we went forth and were and went away from his laws, right? Started doing our own thing and thinking, I don't have to listen to you, Father God, I could do what I want. You already have and that's why he said he did these things that follows. We already had our tinkling ornaments, our bracelets, our bonnets, our dangly things, and our necklaces. That's what the calls were. The round tires like the moon. These were big. I don't know if you see in some of the African tribes, they have these big necklaces that they wear. It's rounded. Those are kind of what it's talking about. Of course, it's not um, uh, just their culture. These are the things that we used to wear, and we're coming back to that today. And that's why they tend to bring things back. The big chains and the big
big hoop earrings. Yep.
Right. But anyways, he's saying here that we were once decked out, and we took that, and it's like when your husband buy you all this stuff, or when your parents buy you all this stuff, and you go out and now you acting like I got it all. So everybody looking at you like, man, nobody could tell her anything anymore.
You get that big head about
the
yourself.
big head. That's what I was trying to say. You get the big head. And that's not a cute look. Okay. So so the curse is now, he will smite this with the scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. Now, this lesson, we're not going to dive into detail, okay, but we're just touching on what does it look like seeking after other gods and sexual immorality, okay? So
you just said about the smite the scab and the crown of the head, and what came to mind was our sisters are doing a lot to change their body to look a certain way.
I was just gonna say it, sis.
Like an internal type of mindset that they have, causing them to want to do that. You're not happy with how you used to be, but look at why.
Right. Oh, listen.
I don't think sisters even ask themselves that question, as to why I feel this way. Why do I have to feel like I have to change myself? I don't think that question comes across the mind of people nowadays. It's just now a fad. They see other people doing it, so they're just gonna follow. They don't think for themselves in a way, Especially a lot of our women that are not privy to this truth. They don't think that they can love themselves like the Most High loved them. So they have to follow the trends of the world just so they can get that kind of love that we know.
That's deep. That goes back into, like we were saying, the breaking the cycle. I think he was saying that last week, Sister Yushraya, is that you have to first recognize why that you have insecurities, and why do I have these insecurities? But a lot of our sisters are also trying to change their outward appearance and appeal in a certain way because listen, before we went after seeking after other gods, okay, and being immoral in our ways, we had well set hair.
Right.
That's why it says here, because we did these things, he will smite the scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. Okay, that's what we need to ask ourselves. Why are you trying to cover up your hair, your short hair that won't grow past your neck? You've been trying along all these remedies and it won't grow. It's not healthy. Okay. This is because the Most High says you need to come back to me. Okay. I'm gonna take away our hair is our glory. He's gonna take that away from you. Exactly. He's gonna take that away from you. The one thing you love so much, right? Because that's what you love so much, the outer appearance. Okay.
Right.
And you went after other gods instead of serving me. So that's why, Black woman, your hair is shorter than everybody else. Okay, because you are my daughter and I told you not to do so and so. And we all know as Black parents, when we go out there and we tell little EJ, hey, you better be back before sundown, or little daughter, she better not be shaking her butt in the school. And if we see her doing that with her friends, we're going out there to pop her butt, not everybody else's butt.
Not everybody else.
You're gonna get punished. So that's what he did to us. So why do we have these curses against us? Okay, because we went after other gods. We went after other gods. We sinned against him.
Okay. 47:7, Isaiah 47:7 through 17, you said?
Through 15.
Oh, through 15. Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't think you even have to read down. If you could start, I'll let you know when to start.
Okay. And you said, I shall be a lady forever, so that you did not take these things to heart, nor remember the later end of them. Or sorry, excuse me, latter end of them. Therefore, hear this now, you who are given to pleasure, who dwell securely, who say in your heart, I am, and there is no one else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, nor shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to you in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon you in their fullness because of the multitude of your sorceries, for the great abundance of your enhancements. For you have trusted in your wickedness. You have said, no one sees me. Your wisdom and your knowledge have wrapped you. And you have said in your heart, I am, and there is no one else beside me. Therefore evil shall come upon you. You shall not know from where it arises, and trouble shall fall upon you. You will not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon you suddenly, which you shall not know. Stand now with your enhancements and the multitude of your sorceries, in which you have labored from your youth. Perhaps you will be able to profit. Perhaps you will prevail. You are wearied in the multitude of your counsel. Let now the astrologers and stargazers and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save you from what shall come upon you. Behold,
All praises. So there's a whole lot in there right now that I just want to attack right away, because again, seeking after other gods and sexual immorality. So that we just read, okay, the way it says I should be a lady forever, okay? Um, and nothing ain't gonna happen to me. I'm saying it in how we would say it today, but this is what it's saying in 7 and 8, okay? I got this, I'm not, nothing ain't gonna happen to me. My grandmama been doing it, my mom been doing it, auntie been doing it, it's passed down to me, I'm fine. We all been, we all been worshiping white Jesus, ain't
Right.
nothing happening. We all been fornicating and doing our, what does it say? What does it say in 13? Thou art wearied in the multitude of
Multitude of your
counsels. Thy counsels. So we're not taking counsel to the Most High God that created us, that gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments, okay, that guide us in this world to be moral, okay,
Sorry.
right? But we went and took counsel after, just like we read that our people did in the wilderness in Egypt. When Moses came down off of that hill with his tablets, ready to get things going.
Right.
What they said, no, there was they was down there already making a golden calf.
Golden calf. They asked Aaron to make a golden calf.
He was already making a golden calf. Okay.
Just worshiping other people, other gods, and you just came from subjugation and supplication to one person, to out of this captivity, and you can't praise and honor the most high who brought you out of that, who saved you from that.
Exactly. And even after we said, yeah, we're gonna serve you, we're gonna do exactly what you say, us and our children, and then we went off, nah, this looks good over here, let me go this way.
Right. But that reminds me of what he told Adam, that the wickedness of your heart will always endure. It's going to be from you to your children, to your children's children, and forever. That wicked heart was going to endure on our people forever.
And that's, I was going to bring that out later, but let me say it now since you just mentioned that, okay? This is why now, like you just said, it was said to Adam and rolling down them curses, cycling on. Okay, but we're talking about trying to break that cycle. How do we do that? Because it can be done.
Oh, absolutely.
It is being done. All praises to the Most High. His people are waking up and coming back to Him. But it's funny you mentioned that, because one of his sisters here, she made a post earlier, yesterday actually, and she said, the grandmothers gave the mothers bad advice out of survival. The daughters gave, okay, let me start over again. The grandmothers gave the mothers bad advice out of survival. Then the mothers in turn gave the daughters bad advice out of pain. The daughters must take what they have been told and unlearn what doesn't fit. Right? Breaking generational curses sometimes looks like not listening to your elders. So it was weird. It was almost like she was sitting in on this discussion. Okay. But it's weird that she put it in that type of way, because, well, no, it's not weird, because we've mentioned that we can't keep doing what our foreparents have been doing. And sometimes it's gonna look like, and it's gonna be what it is, that no, I can't listen to you. I can't do that. I can't go out here and some of our parents told us, go and sow your royal oats, or go and date Tom, Dick, and Harry until you know exactly which one is the prince. Okay, go and go ahead and perm your hair. We've been doing it for decades and centuries. But so it's to break generational curses. We have to not do what our foremothers and forefathers did.
You know, that one for women. I feel like, and this is just my own opinion, I feel like it's easier for a woman to do that than it is a man. You understand what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to
the pressure in this world.
Right. the pressure, it's easier for them to follow their father's footsteps and what their forefathers did, because it seemed easier. It was learned to them. So for them breaking that, I feel like it's harder for them to do. Us, because I feel like women, you know, a lot, and this is just me talking to my coworkers and things like that, a lot of women are single women. And it's not by choice that they wanted to be single women. They fought for their men, but their men didn't want to stay. So, and you can't make them stay. So they had to grow up. Well, they had to see, okay, look, my mom did this, my grandmama did this. So, okay, I have to stand in this position. But at the same time, I don't want to do exactly what they did. So I want to do things different. You know, as far as teaching my daughter how to be better, how to choose a better man, how to, you know, do those things. So when I say I feel like it's easier for a woman to teach her daughter if she's being left by a man, you know, to choose better, to choose wisely, than it is a man to teach his son to not step out on his wife, or, you know, don't leave your family behind, because I feel like that's something that they feel like is in them, like they have to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Anything you
But
want
how
to
do
say?
we get our sisters to kind of zone in on that, you know, for ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, these breaking of the cycle and the breaking of the curses is for the 1/3. For the 1/3. So who's meant to get it from the jump will get it. And those that don't were not meant to get it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hear that we're saying that it might be harder for our men to break those cycles, but it won't be for the 1/3. They're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle through it because it's tribulation and it's hard, but it can and will be done, because we know that, again, like we said in last week, and we can repeat again, if the Most High loves those that love him. Okay, so the love of the Father will not be on you if we're seeking after other gods and being immoral in our sexuality and usurping authority, like we read. So we are coming back. Those brothers that are meant to come back and will because I could speak for let's say my own head. He was once in a world, you know, and went after other gods and was immoral and committed sexual immorality, and he did that more than the time he was now in the truth, doing differently, and is now able to teach that. So, and we have many brothers doing that. Our sisters, we are coming out of single parent households, and all praise to the Most High God, having a chance to be married back to him through their righteous heads now. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to teach our young, it's not meant for everybody to be married. I'm just talking about the ones that are, okay? And even for the ones that are not, real quick, he might not send that righteous head your way, okay, because he has other plans for you, or you have other things he needs you to do, like it says. I think we brought up that last week, some time ago too, that the women that, can you hear me? The women that is unmarried, the virgin that is unmarried, caters to the things of the Most High and how she pleases the Most High. But now the woman that is married caters to the things that please her husband in the world, So we have two different big, huge roles, okay? But they're both serving the Father. So you might, those single women with those children might just have to sit down. He's putting you in a position where you have to sit down, sit back, because you've been with ex-baby daddy hair, and all this other stuff. You gotta sit down and let that ground get all the stuff out of it. Because remember,
get it clean. Right. You gotta
get all them
rest that thing.
Right. So he's dealing with us in the same way, but in different, everybody's situation isn't going to be, oh, I'm a woman, let me get married. Oh, I'm a man, let me get married. Oh, I'm a single mother, I have to be, everybody has their path, their time, their place, their season. We just have to do what first? Come back to the Most High so he can lead us where we need to be.
Yeah, I want to make 2 points. I had to write them down because we're just going. But the first one I wanted to say was, it came to mind, like, we have to cancel that's how I was raised culture. First of all, when you all were talking about, when someone's like, that's how my grandmother did it or my mother did it, you got to cancel that's how I was raised culture,
Right.
Also, it's a lot for my voice. I was working in the yard, so I sound like I was working in the yard. Also, I was going to say, just to clarify, we're talking about seeking other gods right now, about this first part. So when we're saying seeking other gods, what we're meaning is you're seeking anything that you put before the one true God. Okay. So if for example, if in your mind you hear or you feel like you should stay home on Saturday, but you fight that and you decide to go out, you just put a God before the one true God. If you know something's telling you, I should not sleep with this brother, you feel that. And we all feel that. We do, but we go against it. That's when you're putting that, and like you mentioned, fornication, you're putting that before the one true God. So you're getting these opportunities, you're hearing them, you're feeling them, you're sensing them. You're all of these opportunities to focus on the one true God, but you're finding loopholes, you're avoiding it, you're doing contrary to what you shouldn't be doing. So those are 2 points I just wanted to bring out.
All praises, sis. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was exactly what wonderful Eve did in the garden when she didn't do what she was told. She sought after another God when she listened to the enemy telling her, hey, you don't have to do this. Just do this. Just do this. Don't listen to what the Most High said. Just listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Seeking after other gods. Okay. And it's enticing. It's enticing to our people because we have itching ears, like the Most High says. It sounds good. Oh, really? You mean I could be just like the man? You mean I don't have to cover up myself? I could just wail my body parts all out into the open? Oh, you mean that the woman is God? What is that in Egyptology?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the woman is God? I'm going to be praised? Oh, you mean I don't have... Listen, seeking after other gods, which is also sexual, but that's not also sexual immorality. But I want to let's tie up what we were reading here in Isaiah 47. And so he says that in 10, we have trusted in our wickedness. Okay, that calf y'all were building down the hill there, go ahead and let that save you. See if that worked. Okay, like he said in 12, if so, be thou mayest prevail. Okay, if so be thou shalt be able to profit. Okay, with your enchantments and your sorceries. People talking about they doing what, crystals today and and lighting this sage and all this other stuff, instead of coming to the Most High, instead of coming back to him. And guess what? I am sure I would like to have a discussion with a sister right now that is selling crystals or bowing down to Buddha and anybody else, or doing astrology and tarot card read and all this stuff. I would like to talk to you and see where you are in your life and if that's doing you any good. Uncover your hair and let me see how, if your hair is long and luxurious. Let me see if you're prevailing in your life. And if you are, those are the riches that are given to you by the enemy that will be taken away. They're stored here. This is your heaven. So you need to be very careful what you are doing, because your lifestyle here means that you're not, if your lifestyle is prospering so well here and you're not serving the Most High, it's not, those treasures are not coming from the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stand now with thine enchantments in 47:12, with thy multitude of sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. These cycles been passed down from generation to generation. That same old white Jesus on the wall on the cross, and it doesn't line up with scripture. That same old sorcery. I'm gonna with the astrology. Some of our sisters were passed down or learning astrology, waking up and looking at your horoscope and determining your day and your week and your month or the year. Okay, that is not in the book. It's the Most High is against this. The stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, okay, all these people that believe in, let me pull out these cards and I'm gonna tell you your life. Where do you think they're getting this from? We have. I can hear you say this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying familiar spirits. That's where they're picking all this stuff up. You know. And sometimes I share, because I like to share a lot of the stuff I've been through before I came awakened to this truth. You know, there was times, like you mentioned, the horoscopes. I didn't put my trust in them, but, you know, I would scan through them, just say, oh, let me see what they're saying. Oh, sometimes it matched up, sometimes it didn't. So, you know, I didn't put my trust in, but still, that's following other gods. Then, you know, it's a lot of stuff. I saw people talking about your chakra and all this stuff, you know, and tuning it. Now, you know, I'm being truthful. I started reading and looking up on all that stuff, you know, because I was looking for the Most High, but I was looking for him in all the wrong places. And so now I do the same thing, you know, and I say, and of course he making me say, that's not me. I'm not in that. I have nothing to do. And then when you start reading those scriptures, you find that he's not in all that. And that's what it took me to say, you know. So I'm like, okay. So like you say, you got a lot of people dabbling in a lot of that, trying. And I think too, like me, because one thing I told the Most High, I was seeking him out and I wanted to know who he was. So I was trying to go all these revenues to try to see how I can get close, you know, or so-called find him. And going through that way. And I know a lot of people do that because they're trying to find that inner peace, you know, or trying to find a way out of this world, you know, the world that we see with our carnal eyes, trying to find that peace, that missing, that hole. So they search for that. And I use mine. That's like I said, I tell my life because that's something I experienced. And I thank the Most High, he didn't let me get too far into that.
All praises. I thank him for it too, sis. I can relate because I was going down that path as well. My first husband, Lord rest his soul, but he was going down that path, so I was following, you know, thinking that I was doing. Me personally, I always did what my head always wanted me to do. That was always in me. You know, that's just who I was. But at the same time, I didn't connect with it because I didn't feel like it was right. But me also trying to explain to him why I didn't connect the way he wanted me to connect, you know, didn't resonate with him. So I get it. I was looking for the Most High. Thank God I didn't go down that path further. I didn't go further with him, and thank God that he woke up to the truth before he passed. So I praise the Most High for that. But we were going down that whole path, you know, maybe I can even say it was 6 months before he passed, and he found the truth. He found, you know, it was a IUIC video actually that he found online, and he woke up to it, and his soul was lit on fire for it. When I told him, I was like, this feels right. This feels what's right. This is what we feel like we should be going because it's truth. This is what I feel like we resonate with. This is us. This is our people. So us following chakras, us doing crystals and doing tarot. No, I don't want to do that. He was like, I understand. So I feel where you coming from on that one. Just personal experience.
Yeah, well, the spirit will bear witness, and that's what your spirit was doing, sis. It was bearing witness that this is it and that ain't it. And all praises to the Most High for speaking, because you were searching for something, Sister Ivana. You were searching for something, Sister Marissa. We were all searching for something, because I bumped into Islam before I came in, right like a hump in the road right before I came into the truth. And I was given a book. I, just to the pages, put it in my closet, but I never really read it. But I was on a search that year. And even in the truth now, I found myself looking at that video where it was talking about your, I don't know if it used the word chakra, but your seven,
Kundalini or whatever they call it.
And it had some truth in there and a little bit, I'm like, but then I'm like, but the book says, like,
go back to that book,
man, because it will go, and this is why a lot of our sisters are sucked into these things, because they have these, they're searching, but searching in the wrong places. They don't have the right guidance, the right teachers, the right leadership. They just refuse to open a book and read it for themselves a lot of the times, which is where the information is at, for our people. If you just, if you just give yourself that, what I want to say, if you're not too hard on yourself to
give yourself that chance.
Right.
Give yourself that chance to and open that experience. Give yourself the experience to understand.
Right, because guess what? This wasn't easy for I don't know about y'all, but like for a lot of our sisters, it's not. You're not gonna change, and it's okay to fail and fall. We all had to go through those wrong things, some of those wrong things, to realize that wasn't it. You gotta mess up. It's like a child. He's gonna touch the hot stove before you pop him or let him know, you can't do that again. You probably won't do it again. We gotta get our butts popped, and we only getting our butts popped because we are rolling through these cycle and curses right now that we have to break out of. We wouldn't be going through this fog and walking around with blinders on if way back then we didn't go against the Most High, seeking after these other gods, Right. But here we are today, fast forward, that we have to go through the mud and the struggle, single parent, not finishing school. Gosh, I don't have my hair, I gotta wear these wigs. Gosh, I don't have no money, I gotta pay for the bills. Gosh, I don't have no man, he don't want me. We gotta go through these things as part of the cycle and the curses, but it can be broken if we just go back and recognize what got me here in the first place. Why am I here? How can I get out of this? Okay. So, I want to play. Do we have time? Okay. I want to play this clip real quick if it'll let me.
My name is Aniris. I'm a tarot card reader. I heard you guys are on a journey for love. Oh, hell yeah. So you guys ready? Yeah? Yeah. Let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna go set up in the back. Thanks, Tommy, because it's about to get really juicy up in here.
All right. Tommy sets up this tarot card reading, and I'm like, okay, let's do this, because I really want to know. I want to know which direction I should go.
Hi. Hi, how are you? So I'm gonna have you shuffle the deck. Before I begin, I do ask your permission to connect with your energy, if that's okay. Yes. Okay? And you can finish whenever Spirit is guiding you to stop. Thank you. All right. Spirit is saying that you have to trust yourself.
This is what we doing.
But that's a part of that crafty counsel too by them devils. They putting that out there and making shows and making people famous so they can draw more people into that. They want to keep us in it. They want to keep us in this hell that I want to refer to it, you know,
In
as
the
a people.
cycle. In the
Right.
cycle.
They want to keep us like that.
In the cycle. So yeah, we are doing, that's exactly what we're doing in what we just read, and to precept in Deuteronomy 18, verse
Just there.
yeah, 10 to 12. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or is an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, like you just mentioned, sis, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. So some of you might ask, well, what is one that uses divination? That's witchcraft. Okay, people that call themselves the oracle. That's a big one. That everybody liked the Matrix movie, but they were always after the oracle, the oracle. Okay, they're showing you there, you know, that they were doing witchcraft. Okay, the observer of times, someone that is an enchanter or sorcerer. Okay, we go to these types of people all the time. People might wait until they go to circuses or whatever this is, where you see them all the time. They even have the little crystal balls you could get in the store, and people actually rely on these things. And these crystals are a big thing to people, and they are real in the sense that these are other gods that you're not. Remember we just played that video, and what's the first thing she said when she had her stuff for that car before she started? You remember what she said? I asked permission to enter in. She asked permission.
She
you
did
have
it.
to give the enemy. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. When we post this next week, yes. Okay.
I can't go. I'm scary, so I don't be wanting to ask nothing.
What was that one movie that or the movies they show us? I don't know if it's the vampires or whoever they are, but before they enter your door, they have to have permission. Those spirits. Okay.
I can't do it. I'm too scary, child.
That in itself had scared me, because she had to ask permission in the garden. The devil had permission, because we entertained it. We came to them. We're like, hey, I'm looking for something. I need this, and they're gonna give you exactly what you looking for. Okay.
And it ain't gonna be nothing good.
It's not. And like what does it say? Everything that glitters is not gold. And the things in this world, the treasure, everything rots and moths. Okay. I wanted to bring up real quick. Have you guys seen the videos circulating about Miss China, Black China?
I don't be the only social media I get is Facebook, and most of the time I'm usually looking at Sister Yashara's page and liking her scriptures and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm not on social media.
All praises. All praises. Well, some of us, we see them headlights. I be on YouTube and they be popping up here and there. And I be getting certain topics for lessons just from the stuff, because we have to know what's going on with our people. Right. I don't know if this is for clout or not, or just to lead our people in some way, but I wanted to bring that up because if this is real, and it might be real, I can't say whether or not she is real about giving her life over to the Most High or not, but we all know who she is, right? The wickedness that she's put into her body, in hair, the enhancement she's gotten in her whole entire body, Well, there was now she's taken them out. She's gotten them taken out, and she's filmed it so other people can see it. So yes, in you're following her and you're seeing them injecting this thing. Her face looks different now. She doesn't look like a man putting on woman's makeup anymore. She's softening her look. She took the injections out of her behind. She had a Baphomet tattoo that she got removed. And all of this is because she says she has to change her lifestyle, her way of thinking. She had to realize, what does God want for me? Where should I be? She's questioning her thinking and her thought process. Yes. And she's going to church. She just got baptized. She's trying to lead a better lifestyle for her children and for her followers. And she have like 16 million. I don't know how many she got.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people that's listening to this. Okay. Whether it's full truth or not, it's still it was just
that effort.
Exactly. It was just kind of refreshing to see somebody in that big spotlight. I don't follow her, but I see it that she has a bunch of followers. It was just like Kanye.
Yeah.
Just like Kanye. He has a lot of followers, and he's trying to change his life, and we have no idea the demons they're battling with. But we know they're under these curses as well.
Yeah. But that just brings me to Peter. When Peter, was it Peter or Paul that was doing all that killing, robbing, and raping and all that stuff? And how he was just in the world just doing this, and nobody really knew what the Most High had for him. They even questioned Christ. They questioned him about him. Well, what about him? Don't worry about him. Why you worried about him? I know what was his mission. So when I see that, when you talk about that, that's what it brings me to. Nobody knows what the Most High got planned for these people. Yeah, they might be in the world doing all these evil things, but who are you to say that they aren't worthy of this truth? Who are you to say that they are too bad to be saved? Only the Most High can save these people. God, that's all praises. I really wanted to check up on her now.
Listen, it was refreshing to see because they showed a clip of her mother really talking about how evil she is and how much of a WHORE she is because of the industry she is in, and it was true.
Yeah.
Sometimes your mom and stuff, they gotta rebuke you, and it might sound harsh, but it's true. You know, and and then China herself says this tattoo that she got on her at the time she did it. Who else? Where else would you be getting that kind of tattoo on your body unless you know who you was dealing with? And she had to get it removed.
Sheesh. Dang, I know this. I think this hurts. I wonder if she got like something to numb it, because I know that joint hurts, bro. I feel like it would be best if she did get it numbed. But yeah, guys, that's the Baphomet right there.
Like our brother Kanye, he had to lose what I don't remember how many millions of dollars from this.
A lot.
Yeah. So he can keep speaking how he needed to speak and lead how he was being led. So these curses, they can be broken, and it's not too late. We're trying to compel you sisters that it's not too late. Just because you're in a dark place right now, that not mean you cannot come to the light. Just because you are afraid doesn't mean that you cannot come out of your fear. Okay. Remember, they have a saying for fear, what it is, the false evidence appearing real. That fear is being put on you by the adversary, not the Most High. Your Father does not give you the spirit of fear. All praises to the Most High. He does not give you the spirit of fear. And so we have to put off our old way of thinking. And that's why I wanted to bring out that example with that sister in the news, because it's good to see. We don't know whose soul is going where. but we all have to be there for each other and pray for one another and want the best for one another. And you can get out of that dark place that you are in right now. It's not the light. It's not the real light. Remember, the enemy came to Adam and Eve. The enemy came to our people as an angel of light. He deceived. He deceives. And so he's making you think that these worldly riches, these idols that we deem so high and put on our shelves is what's gonna get us out of our troubles. Okay. Right. And it is not. It is really not. Okay. Only your Father can get you out of this. What you said, sis?
Right. That just brings me to Psalms 5, a prayer for guidance. You know, we just pray this prayer for a lot of our people, a lot of people that are lost. And then this is just also for them too, you know, for our women who feel a little lost, who feel like they need something to hold on to. Psalms 5:1 reads, "Give ear to my words, O Lord, consider my meditation. Give heed to the voice of my cry, my King, my God. For to you I will pray. My voice you shall hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning I will direct it to you, and I will look up. For you are not a God who takes pleasure in wickedness, nor shall evil dwell with you. The boastful shall not stand in your sight. You hate the workers of iniquity. You shall destroy those who speak falsehood. The Lord abhors the bloodthirsty and deceitful man. But as for me, I will come into your house in the multitude of your mercies. In fear of you, I will worship towards your holy temple." And that's just a little bit of Psalms 5 that I like to read when I need a little guidance, you know, just putting that out there for our women who feel a little lost, who feel like they need someone to cry to, because even though we are in dark places, we always got someone. We got the Most High that we can always look to guide us, his words of comfort.
Yeah. All praises. I like that. I love that. Listen, it's not as hard as we think. It's not. It's that fear keeping you back, the fear of the unknown. But once you come, we all know the darkness, you can't see anything. And some of us, you do not realize you're in darkness. Okay. You do not realize that. But if it be the Most High's will, if you're watching this video, if you're praying, if you're seeking his face, he will, okay? He will put you in the light. All right. Yes, a lot of our sisters, we're gonna wrap this up, but a lot of our sisters, the one big thing well, not these days, but is the love of money, which is also you know, seeking after worshiping other gods, because it says, right, it's not the money, but it's the love of money. So I got 1,000 and I got 10,000 now, but then now I got, you know, certain figures in the bank now, and I could get all these things, and it's just fueling you now. Okay, that fuels you to get up every day. This money, making this money and having it in the bank, being the CEO and wearing these hats and having all these positions and accolades. Okay, this is what a fuel, and this is why they put it. That's why they have what. How housewives of so and so, and it's a bunch of us doing it because they want to have these accolades and these roles and these parts, and it's making them this money, and it's just portraying us in a bad light, because you're not worshiping the Father doing anything on that screen. None of it is to worship the Father. None of it puts us in a good light, because we're scantily clad. Okay, which is what they're pushing against towards us, to dress a certain way. We're not wearing our own hair. We're not reverencing our men. You don't even see the men. You know.
And if you do see the men, you see them in the woman's position. You see a woman is the leader. She making all the money. She doing this, and you see the stay-at-home dad. I was watching I seen this movie. It's the Kevin Hart movie. It's called Me Time or something like that. And oh my goodness. How did I like miss that? He was the whole mom. He was at home with the children. The children even said it in the movie. Well, mom, you're not good. I'd rather dad be home. And I'm like, wait a minute. He's supposed to be out making the money and
So-
bringing it home. And I said, what?
And be the provider. Right. Right.
It's just crazy how it, and then they putting it in the movie and making it seem okay for our people, knowing that it goes against everything this word say.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
And oh, goodness. Now I understand, a position where you have to be in and you don't have a head. So of course you have to be the money maker. You have to be the provider and things like that. But once you get that head, our women, we have to come out of that, like you said, that generational curse of when we do get that head, once we do get that man, we got to relinquish that control. We got to relinquish that power that leadership thing that we got in us, so that our husbands can lead and we can reverence them.
Can lead. But I would say too, it has to start before then, because like we said last week, as a single sister, if you have not the Most High above you now as your head to learn how to be submissive, or in a role where you're not leading and all this other stuff, then how are you going to figure it out now that you're married? You have to start. You have to start here first. The Most High is your head. Seek the things of the Father. Come back to Him. Open this book and read it. There's so much I didn't see before that I didn't see, and now, because I prayed to come out of this darkness. I wanted to stop this cycle. And you know why I wanted to stop it too? Just like the sister in the spotlight said, for my children, because ain't no way I want my children to be I want my daughter to be a single parent too. It's going to stop with me. I don't want her to not get her diploma too. It's going to stop with me. I don't want her to be from in this what you call these, this religion and that religion. No, you're gonna serve the Most High. It's gonna stop with me. And so if you really desire these things and the reasoning for it, you will come out of it, okay? Because we want to change for the better for ourselves, but more so for the future generation, our young children. So I just wanted to I guess wrap it up with Leviticus 20 verse 6 to 8. Sister Yeshaya, you had anything before we closed out?
No.
Okay. So Leviticus 20 verse 6 to 8 says, and the soul that turneth after such Okay, so I would encourage you to read ahead. We were giving our offering our children and sacrificing them unto other gods. Okay. And so verse 6 says, and the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, like we just watched on this show, turn into necromancers and tarot card readers and crystal, stuff, and after wizards, to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul. I will cut him off from his people. Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy. Holy means to be separate, to be set apart, to be different. Remember, the masses are doing all these things. It's everywhere. Everybody looks the same now. Everybody have the same eyebrows, the same long umbrellas. and everybody look the same. Beyonce look like Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj look like China.
No, I thought I was the only one that saw that.
Me too. I said everybody looks the same. Who wants to look like everybody else?
And
I said the same thing.
Nobody have their own identity no more. Everybody have the same weaves. Everybody, and everybody have the same BBLs.
Yep. All messed up. I keep my natural body.
Listen, I will cut him off from among his people, he says. Sanctify yourself, therefore, and be ye holy, separate, for I am the Lord your God, and ye shall keep my statutes and do them. I am the Lord which sanctify you. The Most High God, our Father, he's a jealous God, okay?
Very.
Jealous. He does not want us out there looking and tending to these other gods and in and out somebody else's pulpit. Come to him. Okay, our young babies, our sisters, our, if we're aunties, grandmas, we have other, if not for yourself, do it for these people, because we want to break that curse. It has to stop somewhere. It has to stop. Okay, and so that's what we have for tonight, sisters. We're gonna come back again. This is our series of breaking the cycle, the curses, and changing our minds. This is episode 2 of Seeking After Other Gods. We'll be back again next week, most high willing, same time, same place, same link, same beauty in the spirit.
In the spirit.
With episode 3, continuing with sexual immorality. And with that, sisters, I say shalom.
Shalom.
Toodles.